A state lawmaker is proposing a regional sales tax to help bail out local transit agencies that are struggling with major deficits. But as Lauren Toms tells us, it's running into some pushback in one Bay Area county.
In the Bay Area, transit isn't just about getting around. For riders like Adina Levin, it's her quality of life.
Even thinking twice about where I live because the quality of life of not having to be stuck in traffic is really high.
She doesn't own a car. Instead, she relies on Caltrain, Samtrans, BART, and Muni to get to work, to run errands, and to live. But that lifestyle may be at risk as public transit agencies across the region are facing their own fiscal cliffs after years of lower than projected revenue in a post-pandemic world. State lawmakers are considering a 2026 ballot measure that would ask voters to raise sales taxes a half-cent in Santa Clara, Alameda, Contra Costa, and San Mateo counties, and a full cent in San Francisco County to fund the transit agencies that keep the Bay Area connected. The tax would raise up to $1 billion over 14 years for Bay Area transit agencies.
Not having that measure, the alternative is really catastrophic.
In San Mateo County, Samtrans voted to support the plan. Caltrain, staring at a $75 million budget deficit, warns that without it, cuts and closures are likely. Board of Supervisors President David Canepa says the stakes are too high for the measure to stall.
If we do nothing, make no mistake about it, transit fails in the Bay Area.
But not everyone is ready to sign on. Assemblymember Diane Pappin supports public transit, but says San Mateo County shouldn't pay an annual $35 million in protected tax revenue without a voice on an oversight board.
Yet we have no voting representation on BART, no voting representation on Muni, no service agreements, no oversight authority whatsoever. So it's kind of like the bill's current form is sort of like you pay the bill at a restaurant where you can't see the menu, you can't order the food, and you can't send it back if it's wrong.
She's pushing an amendment that would require all 5 taxed counties to have a seat at the table. Supervisor Jackie Spear also argues the bill as written isn't in the county's best interests.
We've never had to pay into BART before because we're not a BART county. So it's taxation without representation. And if you're one of those that takes it maybe 4 or 5 times a year, you're going to be paying $150 in effect for that ride because that's how much you're going to be paying in taxes.
Some local groups are also hesitant. Voices for Public Transportation argues the money should come from corporate taxes, not the voters. But for riders like Adina, failure isn't an option.
There is no good plan B. To do a measure for our county alone, the business and labor and other funders are not going to fund a single San Mateo County measure and then a measure for all the other counties. We need to all go together to have something that will pass.
Well, that bill, SB 63, was proposed by State Senator Scott Wiener, is currently making its way through the state legislature. He previously proposed other ideas to bail out transit that faced some pushback, including a new bridge toll that was seen as too costly.